Susan Singari here with Frank Morejon. Frank, you are the originator. It's been a big night for you. You created the South Florida MMA Awards. Talk to me a little bit about what planning went into this tonight.
Oh, well, as you know, the MMA Awards show was, first of all, was a success, and I credit everyone in the MMA community, in the Florida MMA communities, for making it a success. This show was for them. This show was for the fans, for the promoters, for the matchmakers, managers who make MMA keep going, you know, here in the state of Florida. We know it's a hub for fighters, and Florida's looked at as that, but we also want to let them know that there are true fans here in Florida as well.
Now, we had some pretty big names tonight in the audience.
Absolutely. We had Alistair Overeem, a big UFC fighter. We had Mike Rio, Ultimate Fighter guy, and we also had Marcus Brimage, who actually won his award for Best UFC Florida Fighter. Mike Brown was here. I mean, the support was amazing. Everybody who came out was just fantastic.
What particular moment during the night stands out as the most memorable for you, do you think?
Well, for me, it is basically looking outside the crowd, looking into the crowd and seeing all the support that we received, again, as a unit, as a Florida state. All the promoters who showed up, all the fighters, all the matchmakers throughout the whole state of Florida. We're not just talking about South Florida, we're talking the whole state of Florida. So to put everybody in one room together was a pretty amazing thing to see, the networking that went on. And that's the reason why we did the show, is so that everybody can come together all under one roof and basically, you know, brainstorm, make some networking with fighters, with matchmakers, promoters, with the sponsors. We wanted to have this night in order to increase the popularity of MMA in Florida and to give a night of recognition and celebration for those who throughout the year has made this sport amazing.
For the fans and viewers that don't know, this has been a really long task and journey for you, a lot of preparation. Let's talk a little bit about when you started putting this together, because I remember we were talking about this months ago, and
Absolutely.
Finally it's happening.
Absolutely. Months and months of preparation went in, and still needed probably some more months of preparation. But basically what we did last year, we started this months ago, and the reason why we started the show was because last year there was a particular gentleman who fought more than 5 times last year, fought more times than any other person who stepped into the state of Florida to fight. And along the way he got 2 title belts and never even a thank you. You know, I'm sure that the title belts was a thank you for his hard work and everything else, but we as a community, as a Florida state, we wanted to say thank you for all his dedication, commitment, and hard work. And when we saw that, we saw the same thing with the promoters. We saw the promoters coming into Florida, here Florida based, and they did amazing shows. They did 7 shows last year. One particular organization won 7 shows last year, more than any other organization in the entire state of Florida. And that was Fight Time Promotions. Howard Davis Jr. put on 7 shows last year, more than anybody else. And that needed to say, you know what, Howard, you know what, Carla, thank you very much for what you're doing, because that brings, you know, the employment to the fighters. The fighters now have a base to go to and show off their craft and their skills because these promoters are putting in these shows. So because of that, this year, 2012's record, we wanted to say, hey, thank you very much, we support, and kept track and kept a record of it.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the winners in some of the bigger categories.
Yeah, best promoter was definitely the last award, which we wanted to know. Championship Fighting Alliance won it this year. 2012 is doing amazing things. Now they're at the Hard Rock. The CEO, Jordan Aloval, and Lázaro Fernandez, they're just bringing MMA to an amazing point. As a matter of fact, this year we did 13 shows, pro shows this year. Out of those 13, CFA Championship Fighting Alliance made up for 5 of those shows. And what was amazing about that as well is that the nominations was Fight Time Promotions. Fight Time Promotions, Howard Davis Jr., they did the other 5 shows this year. So 13 shows altogether. You got CFA doing 5 shows here in South Florida. You've got Fight Time Promotions doing 5 shows here in South Florida for 2012. That made up 10. And then we have the partners, the RFC, the XFC, Art of Fighting, all of those promotions out there up north in Orlando, Tampa. You know, they're doing their thing, putting on shows out there throughout the whole state of Florida. XFC, John Prisco, who's putting on his shows on national TV and Access TV, which was HDNet before. So he's bringing it to another level as well. John Prisco's done an amazing job. So, you know, we wanted to bring everybody together, but the awards to me was Best Promoter of the Night and also Best Fighter of the Night.
Yeah, Best Fighter. I was going to ask you about that.
Best Fighter of the Night, gentleman by the name of Luis Baboon Palomino, who actually was the fighter who won the 2011 Fighter Award. So he was the gentleman I was mentioning. who fought more times than anybody in the state of Florida, and 2 titles along the way and never got a thank you. Well, tonight he got his thank you.
Frank, the MMA community, all the fans, all the viewers, thank you. You did an amazing job. I can't wait to work with you next year.
Thank you, Susan. You did an amazing job
you.
yourself. And you know, if it wasn't for everybody's support, like yourself, the fans, the promoters, and the sponsors as well, this would have never happened. So I want to thank everybody for that as well.
Next year, same time, same date.
You got it. I'd like to thank the sponsors as well, AnyLabTestNow.com. Check them out, AnyLabTestNow.com. It's amazing what they're doing for the MMA sport. Eagle Printing One, who was amazing with all the banners and the flyers and everything else. USA Fight Store. Check them out, USAFightStore.com. Amazing guys. We've got a whole bunch of sponsors that we wanted to make sure we wanted to reach out. Ale House, CarolinaAleHouse.com. Carolina Ale House, go there. They got some great food over there. You should check them out. And I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for making this thing happen. We'll see you next year, 2013, for Florida MMA Awards. Thank you very much.